I'm taking a break from Historic. I've been playing Historic a ton. I was climbing ranks. I'd gotten up to, I think it was about 493. And then I decided to start playing some decks that I was testing in rank to really give them that honest test that you don't quite get when you go into just the play mode. So unfortunately, that lowered my rank quite a bit, so I've taken a break and I've decided to play some Standard. It's been a while, and today I'm going to be showcasing a deck that I'm calling Bant Ramp. Now, when you look at this deck, it's not quite a typical ramp deck in the sense that I'm just focusing on ramp. So I played a bunch of games off stream to try and iron out some of the kinks for best of one. So you'll notice here that I have 2 copies of Lovestruck Beast. Now Lovestruck Beast is definitely not a ramp card, but while I was playing, I found that aggressive decks just kept overrunning me again and again and again. You know, you play against mono red, and even if you have Shatter the Sky in hand, Annex is on the field and they're leaving a bunch of tokens and they're killing you with a Torbrand, or they're killing you with their Castle Embereth, or they're playing more creatures and Ember Cleaving you, and it was just getting extremely frustrating. So I thought, and I looked, what type of removal spell can I bring in to kind of slow down some of these aggressive matchups? And I couldn't find anything that I really wanted. So my thought process switched over to what creature can I bring in that will play defense for me so I can set up. So one of the best creatures in green at taking that time to set up is Lovestruck Beast. So Lovestruck Beast being a 5/5 for 3 mana and also being able to make a 1/1 on turn 1 really helps out. It buys you just enough time to get some of your planeswalkers online so we can build up to our Ugins. So in the list I also have 3 Arboreal Grazer. I really like Arboreal Grazer right now, again for the purpose of being able to hold back some of that damage that these aggressive decks can throw at you turn 1, turn 2. You know, and by turn 3, if you have to block for it to go into the yard to fuel Uro later on, whatever, you've stemmed the bleeding to the point where you have enough life that once you're able to sweep the board and stabilize, you're not just dead to a little bit of extra incremental damage. So I have 3 Arboreal Grazers. With Arboreal Grazer, you do need to be a little bit land heavier because it's not true ramp in the sense that it's pulling anything out from your deck, it's just pulling it from your hand. So in a sense, it's almost like card disadvantage, right? So we have 4 Growth Spirals. Growth Spiral is Uro's best friend. It's fueling the yard, it's drawing you a card, and it's putting a land into play. I'm only playing 2 Hydroid Crassus. Yes, it is a payoff once you have your ramp established, but you have to get to that point. So we're only playing 2. If you have too many, you will draw him too early, or draw it too early, sorry. And that's no good either. We're playing 2 Cultivates, so you can notice with the land base that I'm playing a nice healthy dose of basics, 4 forests, 3 islands, and 3 plains. 4 Teferi, of course. 4 Uro, the staple of the deck. Uro is the reason to be playing blue-green. I play Uro in every single blue-green deck. It just does so much, but it cannot do it all on its own. It needs to be supported properly. So Uro really likes spells to go to your yard, hence the Growth Spirals and the Cultivates. We're playing 4 Shatter the Sky. We're playing best of 1, so Shatter the Sky is our go-to removal spell. With all of our planeswalkers and the fact that Uro can come back, we're not scared to wipe our creatures if we have to. We're playing 1 Tamiyo. I was trying so hard to make the new Teferi work, but as hard as I tried, I just do not like the card. Maybe the card is not particularly good in this type of shell, but I found that every time Teferi was out, it just did not do what I needed it or what I wanted it to do. Only being able to loot. You sometimes have to draw and then pitch something that you want to use. So not just being straight card advantage, is really what I think kind of brings Teferi down. So we're playing one Tameo. Tameo fuels for Uro. Tameo is amazing. Tameo buys your spells back. We know we love Tameo. 3 Elspeth conquers deaths. In best of 1, we are playing against a lot of aggro, so there are going to be a lot of targets that this does not hit. But in the matchups like Control, which is also running around rampant, we want Elspeth Conquers Death to bring back our Planeswalkers and to give us extra value. We're playing 3 Nissas. I love Nissa. I've been playing Nissa ever since the card was spoiled. But in this list, again, because aggro is so predominant, having too many, we can be dead before we can get it online. So we have 3, and we're only playing 2 Ugins for exactly what I'm just talking about, aggression. Okay? 2 is perfect. It's our top end. I love the card. I've been playing it in so many different shells. So let's take a quick look at the mana base. I said the basics, you know, for Cultivate, we're playing our Shocks and we're playing 4 Fabled Passage. When you have escape creatures in your deck, you want to be playing maximum Fabled Passage to fuel your graveyard. So with that being said, let's dive into some matches and see how it does. Alright, so I was in play, but we're going to go to Standard Ranked and test it out. Okay, so we have our little Grazer. We're going to shock in our Temple, and we're going to have a turn 2 Teferi. Hopefully Teferi can find us some more lands so we can get to Nissa. It looks great. I'm definitely keeping. Okay, so there's a Tameo, so really love to draw some land here. If we can resolve Teferi, Tameo, Nissa, we are going to be rolling, especially Tameo against a sacrifice deck. Okay, we drew Cultivate, so we didn't hit a land. That's our land drop. As much as I'd like to play Teferi, I want to guarantee Nissa for the next turn. So we're going to go green. We have 2 white. We only have 1 blue. I'm going to have to grab another blue in case Uro shows his face. Even though when you do have Nissa, you want to maximize on how many forests you have in play. Okay, Midnight Reaper is super fine. Okay, now we have a lot of decisions to make. They're definitely not going to be able to make us sacrifice and kill our Nissa. We'll have multiple creatures out. The only thing is, do I want to Elspeth Conquers Death this Midnight Reaper and get Nissa online next turn? If we go Nissa this turn, we do have a Temple Garden. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana for next turn. 5, 9. No, we're going to go Nissa. And you know what? I am going to attack because if they want to trade the Reaper off for our planes, that is A-okay. We want to be able to have this Reaper disappear before they're able to get a Cat Oven in play or a Lurrus out where they can start bringing stuff back with the Lurrus. So them blocking there is super fine for us. Yeah, see, if they would have waited and just taken that damage, they'd be able to draw a lot more cards now. there's our Uro. I'm going to shock in. So that's going to leave me with 2. So we're going to Elspeth Conquers Death, the Wolf Strider, get Tamio online. I mean, if he also wants to sack out the Scorpion, that's fine. We could also Uro here, which would allow us to play it next turn. I'm going to do that instead, so then we can start attacking with it and close this game out. There's a Love-Struck Beast. So even though Love-Struck Beast isn't really necessary in this particular position that we have, it's still going to be good. Okay, there's a Mayhem Devil, but they have no sack outlets, so we're going to establish Tamio first. Are they holding a oven in their hand? What was the point of that? Okay. Can you use the Force to cast anything else from their hand? Okay, so they're playing Village Rites for card advantage. Sure. That's actually good for them because now we can 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's just go look for another ECD. So we have blue. We don't have double blue this way though. Okay, so we're going to have to unfortunately wait one more turn to be able to play out our Uro here. But now we have enough fuel. With double Mayhem Devil, I might just have to Shatter the Sky. Okay, there's an ECD. Okay, Nissa's at 1. Let's get back to Shatter. Next to combat. Swing in. Okay, now that he blocked with that, I'm not going to Shatter the Sky. We're just going to Elspeth Conquers Death this other devil. And then that'll keep at least our Questing Beast alive. We have more lands in the bin to bring back with Tameo, so it's fine to turn that into a creature. Perfect. There we go. Just like that. Awesome. Ooh, what's this? Oh, cool. Okay, let's take a quick look at the deck. I always like to look at the deck and see if there's any changes we want to make. Everything felt good there, to be honest. Everything played out quite nice. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it back exactly how it is. Rakdos Sacrifice is one of my favorite lists, so being able to beat it feels really good because I've had a lot of success with it. Not the list they were playing, though. I would not be playing Gigantha as mine companion. Okay, so with this, we can play Fabled Passage on turn 1 and Temple Garden on turn 2 for the Grazer to play the Plains out. If we play the Temple Garden on 1, play the Plains out, we still can't on turn 2 Uro. So we don't have a turn 2 Uro unless we draw an untapped land, and it's going to have, well, a blue source, I suppose. Okay. Well, now we're just going to go and play the Temple Garden. We're still going to Uro on turn 3. Oh, perfect. Cultivate is even better. Now we're just going to grab 2 blue sources. So it could be a Reclamation deck, could be a ramp strategy of some kind. We do have an ECD in hand if they are going to... Okay, Simic Flash. So the Shatter could be big. We're definitely blocking. If they mutate, it only goes to a 2. I'm going to Earl first. Earl can get countered. Growth Spiral, we can play at instant speed, so we're just going to hold that up for their turn. If they want to counter that, that's fine. It can definitely eat a counter. Okay, there's no point in doing that now. We'll just always react at instant speed if that's how they're going to be reacting. Maybe playing a Night Pack Ambusher. Just drawing a card. So we'll Growth Spiral now. We'll grab a forest in case we draw a Nissa. If we can hit one more land, we can... Okay. So, only at 4, and they're not doing anything. I'm going to main phase this Growth Spiral in hopes to hit a blue. We're just going to say go. We need to hit one more land. If they play out a big threat that we want to ECD, hopefully a creature, because then we can shatter the sky if it's countered. But as long as we're not applying any pressure, I imagine they're just going to continuously draw cards. They're trying to sculpt their hand, which is smart. Yeah. So this is starting to get a little frustrating. We need some type of card advantage. A Hydroid Krasis would be good. Otherwise, they're just going to bury us in card advantage. It looks like they're just trying to make us make a move. Okay, there's a Teferi. Teferi is going to be good. Teferi will lock them out of their play patterns. It's going to get countered. I imagine their hands are just full of counters, but we want them to go all out on this move here. Ooh, a Rewind. That's actually really good. Okay, so there's the Ambusher. Again, if they have another Rewind, then we are in big trouble. But we're going to attempt to, well, if we draw land, of course. Attacking here is good. It'll allow us to be able to play Uro, potentially. Awesome. There's a land. So I want to go for the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, because if we can resolve an Elspeth Conqueror's Death, then I'm going to grab, we have lots of white, 1, 2, so I'm going to grab another blue source here. So if we can't resolve this, we're going to try to shatter, which is what we want to actually resolve more anyways. Okay, so these rewinds are actually really good for this archetype. I'm going to definitely explore it. It just allows them to counter. Yeah. And they can actually counter spells and draw cards, so that's actually really good. I'm going to have to try and play around with that archetype. I really like it. Yeah. I don't know, like, the fact that they can counter stuff and draw a card is just insane to me. Like, that's so good. Like, they have 4 cards in hand still. So, we're going to make them try to burn a counter on an Uro. And then, hopefully stick that Elspeth Conqueror's Death. So I have Tamiyo on the deck, so I have to be careful what we get rid of. There's a Frilled Mystic. So a sweep would be nice. I imagine they just have more counters in their hands here, so even if they don't, 3, 6, 9, well, if we can ECD this, that'll take off 2 damage. Okay, that's... We could top deck a Tamiyo or a Shatter the Sky, so I'm not going to concede just yet. Sweet. Well, I'm definitely going to have to check that archetype out, because that was awesome by our opponent. I really just couldn't do much there. Yeah. It's gross, but I love it. Blue is my favorite color. Even though I have been loving Rakdos Sacrifice. Oh, this hand is so risky. We're on the play, and I mean a turn 3 Teferi on the play can be good, but unless like if we don't draw anything else, then we're gonna be in trouble. But I'm gonna keep it. This is the last day for ranking, so I don't care what my rank is by the end of this. Oh, gross. Are they mono green? This is another list. If they're mono green, I would love to build and try out. Okay, there's the Love Struck Beast. So this is what I brought him in for, playing defense. Let's see how he does. I mean, I think it's a he. I have to stop genderfying, I suppose. Looks like a he. Well, there's a anti-Teferi card. Yeah, no ramp, frick. We have turn 5 ramp. We'll get there. Yeah, the shuffler. I'm crazy, actually. I went to pre-release last Friday, and we were joking about the shuffler being broken. How, you know, when you mulligan and you always, the first card you bottom is always the first card you draw. I think real life, the shuffler is just as broken because I struggle in real life as well. But maybe I just struggle with everything. I don't know. That can be a thing. Okay, so because I have the Hallowed Fountain in my hand, I kind of want to Growth Spiral, so we're going to attempt to keep the Stonecoil Serpent back with the Breeding Pool to be able to Growth Spiral.
Let's try this.
No attacks. If... Well, Yorvo's going to get bigger at least by 1. If they're willing to trade this off, I 100% will trade this off. They play 4 mana. Was it? Is it Nissa? Is it 4 mana Nissa? Oh, nice. That's even better. And there's another green source. Okay, so now we just need a payoff. That is an amazing payoff. I love islands. Islands are great. Like, I want to draw a card with Teferi, but I suppose there's no point in killing this Teferi. Like, I might as well let them try to attack it down and let it die before I play this one. So I'm just gonna turn one of these islands into a 3/3 and say go. Well, I suppose actually, now that I think about this, no. Yeah. Yeah, always. Okay. If we Teferi, I can bounce the Yorvo, which means he can't attack Nissa down, which allows it to get closer to being an ultimate. So I actually do think I play out Teferi. It's just going to slow him down enough that we might be able to just squeak out this win. And another blocker, so that's perfect. Okay. 2 more turns. it's Vivian. 4 mana Vivian is the card that I'm thinking that they have in their deck. 3 of. If this is similar to the list that just won one of the last big tournaments I was looking at. Skoo's not looking good for them with no creatures in the yard. But again, like, we need to draw a payoff. New Teferi. So, I don't know if you'd seen the start of the stream. If you'd missed it, which you probably did. I tried the New Teferi. In this list, I had it a 3 of, and then it went down to a 2 of, and then a 1 of, and then I just completely got rid of it, and I'm using Tamiyo instead. Tamiyo, for what we're trying to do, is just way better. Being able to buy back your spells, you know, like milling over them and like picking up a sweep or milling over your Uro is just so good, and filling the yard more than 1 card at a time. Yeah, have not been impressed with New Teferi at all. So 1 more turn with no attacks, and the next turn we can ultimate Nissa, play another Nissa, and hopefully that's game. Them being stuck on 4 mana is obviously really good for us. But like, even this Lovestruck Beast holding everything back, like they're not even able to swing at all. Yeah, I almost wish I could just like show you the gameplay of like using Teferi, so you could see how it worked out. Like, it just felt so bad. Well, there is the Vivian, but we have enough blockers that even though they can start picking a few things off, we'll be fine. I imagine they're going to go to, yeah, distribute some counters. Oh no. Right. Or Planeswalker. I forgot that was an option. Okay. So we're going to have to, like, I don't know, draw into something here. Frig. Okay, Teferi. And a forest. Awesome. Well, I'm going to at least keep 2 blue mana back. Okay, so this does have to die, so we're going to have to sacrifice one of our lands here. I imagine they're just going to they're going to kill one of our lands, probably the breeding pool, and then just let Vivian die, but Vivian needs to die. Yeah, Lovestruck Beast is a great blocker. The blocker of all blockers. And, like, you know, when I was thinking about what removal spell I could put in the deck that would deal with, like, early threats, and Lovestruck Beast just deals with all the early threats. And it's funny because even though Lovestruck Beast is such a good blocker, I haven't attacked with him yet. He hasn't attacked once. He's just blocking. Okay, so we have a Tamiyo, 4 Uros, 2 Hydroid Crassus, and 2 Ugin that I would love to draw. Actually, Uro I don't want to draw because Scavenging Ooze is on the battlefield. So let's hopefully hit a Ugin or Hydrocrassus. Those would be the best draws. You gotta think they're gonna try, like, we're playing Bant, like, they gotta know we're playing Uro, so. Okay. That is fine. That's 4 even. Oh my goodness.
Trust me, I have a plan.
The land fights for us.
Well, this is kind of a boring match, not gonna lie. Yeah, Ooze is so good. Love Ooze as well. If this deck had a sideboard, Ooze would be my go-to graveyard hate choice. But I would also have one Ashiok because Ashiok does just exile everything if you're playing against like any type of combo graveyard deck. If they're just playing, you know, escape creatures, whatever, then Scavenging Ooze is completely fine. But I suppose that's more for Historic, actually. I don't know if there's any graveyard combo decks in Standard at the moment. But correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Bloodstruck Beast down. Oh my goodness. This is like unbelievable.
That's more like it.
Yeah, that's right. Ashiok and cycling decks, and which is, I haven't been playing a lot of Standard. It's been all Historic, and I've seen cycling once in the last like 2 weeks in Historic. So, but I suppose cycling in Standard is still probably really big. So, Ashiok is definitely better against Zenith Flare. Okay, so they're trying to grow to get into be able to attack mode. If I chump block with these grazers, these scoozes are going to be able to get bigger, so that's something to note. I'm going to have... So far, they can only trade 1 for 1 if I double block. So attacking for them is not great here yet. Yeah, no kidding. We're 2 turns off again. Nissa, if they didn't draw Vivian and shoot Nissa, we definitely would be winning this game right now. Oh wow, just for 2. Okay, why for 2? Okay. To bring our Nissa down again. Gosh. Okay, something to note with Stonecoil Serpent is if...
This will be fun to watch.
Okay. So not shooting... Are they attacking? No. No! What is going on? Oh, man. Okay. We're going to cash this Teferian. What are we doing with it? This just pumps this. Probably Orvo. Not a land.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Okay, so they still have a green. This at least, I mean, they're going to eat Uro, but it's a redraw. So if I can Uro into Uro, might be okay. Okay, awesome. We're going to pay 2 life. Now we can ECD this Vivian, which is going to insulate our Vivian to stay alive. So I'm not even going to mess around to try to pull out Uro because they're just going to eat it in response. Go ahead and eat it.
I need to hone my skills.
We'll go a forest.
The land shall conquer you.
No attacks. End turn. Okay, I think as long as they didn't draw another one, we did it. The landlord. I like it. I am the landlord. All right. Oh no. Okay, that's fine actually. So he's gonna swing. If he swings everything, he's gonna try and stop that. I can chump that with the grazer. Okay. They're gonna get to kill a bunch of our lands here, which is too bad. But what can you do? We're gonna get to kill some of their things. So we double block the tramplers. And then we'll just chump the scoos. Yeah, just like that. Because once we ultimate Nissa, they're not going to be able to attack through with their scoos as it can get as big as it wants. I don't even honestly know. Well, we have a few. Enough anyways. This will thin our deck. With this Elspeth Conquers Death, what do we got? Nissa to Fairy, so there's 3 targets. They have 7 land, so we're not going to be able to return anything, unfortunately. They're just going to eat it all, but I mean, I don't see how they're going to get past us making indestructible 3/3 haste vigilance lands every turn. That seemed like a lot of work to have to pull that off. Yeah, so they're just going to eat all of our options to return from our ECD, but it doesn't really matter. Ugin would be an amazing draw here now. Yeah. If they hold a card in their hand, I imagine it's just another land. Perfect. That works. Thank you. Awesome. Victory! Still in the 99%, really. Yeah, that was a nice draw, hey? So I'm crazy. Last night I was playing Historic, trying to thank you. Trying to create like a mono green Tron style list. And it was working out fairly well. Like I was in the play mode and I was just like crushing people. Ugins and Ulamogs were coming out no problem. And then I switched to ranked and it just like went to crap from there. I was at 700 from not playing for a day. And then after like 4 losses, lost my ranking altogether. Okay, so on the draw, we have Growth Spiral on 2, Uro on 3, or Shatter if we need. So it's probably a keep. Red is always tough. Really gonna look to hope to hit. Okay, so I'm actually gonna play a Fabled Passage here, and get a blue so I can just ramp into that breeding pool. Or actually, if I want to play Shatter on turn 3, I have to play out a Plains and then get a Plains. Yeah, definitely keep, but like as long as I can fade Annex, followed up by a Torbrand. See, this is gonna hurt. Ouch. Ouch, my face. Six damage on turn 2, pretty good. See, this is the kind of draw from mono red, right? Like, even a turn 3 Shatter isn't going to be great when they're hitting me for 6 every turn, like. But at least we can put a Temple Garden into play off this Growth Spiral. So no Annex. So we might be able to stabilize this match. We're going to sweep, followed up by Uro, and hopefully that'll be enough. At 8. Light up the stage, of course. Hopefully whiffs. Teferi's a solid draw there. So now I can play Uro into Teferi, bounce the Annex, which leaves me 3, 4. Not quite enough. I still need to fill the yard. Oh, there's a Growth Spiral. Okay, so how many blue sources? I have to shock in blue to be able to do both. Or wait, no, I can get blue from the Fabled Passage. So let's go blue first. Okay, so this is going to leave Teferi mana open. Well, hopefully... Okay, Grazer's actually good there too, so that'll block. And if they kill it, that'll fuel for Uro. We still need, so we have 5, so Growth Spiral's enough. So we can Growth Spiral into Uro. So that should be game. But I'm going to have to pay 2 life. I gain 3, so I'm only going to gain 1. Oh no, I can just, because he killed the fairy. So maybe that's a mistake by our opponent there. This is an awesome draw. I will definitely take that. See, I love the Grazer just for blocking, like, yeah. The 0-3, like, just stopping 2-2s all day. Robber of the Rich, or even just, like, Fervent Champion coming in, like... I mean, he's a 0-3, so he doesn't deal damage back, but still. Okay, so they're setting up for a big Castle Embereth turn. I like it. We have a ton of Grazers to block. Okay, let's Growth Spiral first. Grazer. I do want to gain the life, but I think it's better. I'm going to hold back Uro for a turn. Embercleave and Historic? Oh, definitely, yeah. Embercleave is the card that, in my opinion, pushes red completely over the top. Mono red, Gruul aggro. Oh, why can I see their cards? That's weird. Oh, because, yeah, exile, light up the stage. Okay, so we have to do some math here then. They're going to Embercleave onto Annex, which is going to make them a 4, 5, 6, a 7. So I can attack with the lands, but again, I can't attack with Uro. So we can play Robber of the Rich as well, and then Embercleave, and pump Annex even more. So we'll see if they swing at Nissa or at me. Maybe not attacking with Uro was a mistake, because I would have drawn a couple more cards, and now I'm just kind of in such a bad spot. Okay, so this is 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's 16 damage. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. That's 10 damage. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 16, minus 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Six, 7, so they're dead? So now they're going to have to put the Embercleave on the Steamkin? I'm confused. Oh. Wow, that's really good. We are super dead. Yeah. I probably should have attacked with Earl a couple times. That would have given me 6 more life and 2 more cards. Okay. We have the blocker of all blockers, Lovestruck Beast. We can play Uro Teferi. It's definitely a keep. We have a Grazer as well. So this is definitely a lot better start. That was really good by our opponent. I didn't do the math on the Steamkin being pumped like that, so that's my bad, but yeah. Good on our opponent. They definitely play a bunch of red. Well, there's an Ugin finally. Haven't seen him yet. Hopefully we can get enough lands to play him. So far all we've been doing is getting tons of lands every game. Okay, let's go Earl first. Well, Lovestruck Beast looking pretty good here by making additional blockers.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Okay, so if they attack our Teferi, I'm just going to let it die. We want to keep as many creatures alive on the battlefield when they start using the Priest of Forgotten Gods abilities. Okay, so double Priest. If they have like scorpions and cats, that's going to be annoying and a problem. So if I hit a land with Uro, I can Lovestruck Beast. Or I can Shatter the Sky. We'll just save the Shatter one more turn. I really want to dig into lands. No attacks. Let him overextend just a little bit more. Okay, so there's a Scorpion. Looking to fade a Gutter Bones. He's gonna be able to play. So if we play, he's gonna be able to. They're gonna be able to sack 2 creatures and replay 1 from the Lurrus. Well, this was a deck I was trying to make work, so Shatter the Sky is gonna be awesome here. So it gets in for 3. And we are going to block now because we're going to Shatter the Sky this next turn anyways. And then just hoping to fade, call the Death Dweller to return Lurrus to return everything else. Okay, what are you doing? Tammer it. Okay, so we're going to take 3 from Veto. But now we get to mop up all these creatures. And we're just that much closer to Ugin. Oh, see, there's the Call of Death Dweller, and that's what I was just talking about. So, if that's the case, they're going to play Priest. So we're going to play... Oh, no, there's... Okay. I'm going to Cultivate and play Lovestruck Beast. Because I don't care about the Lovestruck Beast. Yeah. He can... Like, they still have to have a creature in their hand, too, so... Yeah, Ugin's going to be awesome here as long as he doesn't have some sort of hand disruption. Okay. So we're definitely... Hopefully they don't hit an oven with that. That's 6. Here comes Big Daddy Ugin. And it's an exile effect, so we can't call the Death Dweller that stuff back. Haha, Ugin exile. Love to see it. I'm gonna grab a green, just in case I hit a Nissa. Opponent at 37 life, so with a couple... Okay, if they're not playing anything, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do this for 6. Arboreal Grazer, a good draw. So this game's over now. I played around a lot with the list that our opponent's playing, trying to make it good, and it was all right, but I wasn't playing with this card. Target opponent discards a card. Well, that's interesting. But, like, I can make them exile both of those things, so... They're just not beating Ugin. It is only a matter of time, that's right. Let's just gain some more life. Sweet. I expect to see a concession here. No. Okay. Sure. Nothing wrong from our opponent playing it out to the very end. There's a Nissa. So I guess if they want to play, we'll play. Okay. They've seen enough. Okay, let's try to get at least one more win. I'd like to get back into a rank with this deck. So far, it feels pretty good. Thanks, I'm crazy. What are you playing? Send me a message of what you're playing in Standard right now, or are you just playing Historic? This is a keep. Lovestruck. Hello, friend. Again, here's Lovestruck Beast showing why it's included into the deck. So, blocking there. If they want to spend next turn getting it back, that's fine. What did they exile here? A land. Black-white Death Touch? Are you playing with that like new snake that 1/4? I can't remember what it's called. I'm terrible with names. That if Death Touch hits their planeswalkers, they die too. I imagine you are. Yeah. How is it? Like, is it competitive? Is it fun? Should I build it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna build that next actually. What happened? Okay. We're gonna fetch now. And we got double blue, so let's go ahead and grab our final green source. Very competitive. Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to make a veto deck that was competitive and good. Like, I was playing the same one our opponent was playing, but like, I just didn't find it like great, so I want to check your list out. Have you tried putting green in it? Green kind of seems interesting for like the deal direct damage spells, so you can just like use your little death touchers to just take dudes out. What am I doing here? Let's get to Fairy Online. Oh no, I should have played my planes first so I could grow Spiral. I screwed that up. Whoops.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Okay. So I imagine Crocs is in this list. Else ECD is only good. Well, speak of the devil. We'll discard a growth spiral. Lovestruck Beast just doing work. Like a boss. Okay. Let's go. Tamio. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna look for probably Hydroid Crassus. Get some card advantage back. I'd rather bounce Luris, but we'll just take an attacker out.
Might be a bad idea.
Yeah, sweet. I've seen that, buddy. That's awesome. I'll have to take a look after this. that'll be the next stream. I'll build it up and test it out. Oh no. Well, this is a nice play by our opponent. Just going for the face. Do they have a way to sacrifice the Love-Struck Beast? Okay, we have all the Earls in the world. So what do we want here? Let's go for a Shatter the Sky first, I think.
I aid your research.
Get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4. A land, 5. Yeah, like, it's definitely interesting, right? There's some really premium removal that green could add, but I don't know if it's necessarily needed either, right?
I've got time.
Okay, so our opponent just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts us to 2. And once he got 3. Okay, so Shatter the Sky. I'd have to gain life, and I'd take 2, 4. So I'd gain 3. I'd be at 1. Oh wait, let's see if it's in our yard first before I do this. Oh, there is one. But if I Shatter the Sky, Crocs also does 3 damage. Whenever it enters, discards a card each opponent who discarded a non-land, who didn't discard a non-land card. Okay, so that does not matter. So let's go next. All attack. Okay, so let's play an Earl first. Okay, doing it.
I got this.
Yeah, I ended up drawing the Shatter. So they can play Luris. So now is he going to establish a Scorpion, or is he just going to try to Crocs me? So Crocs actually isn't going to do any damage because I can pitch a non-land card. Whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card loses 3 life. So I'm going to be able to ECD this now. Oh, what? Oh, because I can't discard. Oh my goodness, that's actually really bad for me. So I have to take the 3 damage. Oh, well, that was cool. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so actually, they're going to be able to do that again. Tamio's gonna kill me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, let's Earl first. ECD that.
I've got it.
What do we need? I guess a Hydroid Crassus for some life here. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Now they're gonna bring back Croxa and yeah. Tamio, you killed me. I was winning that match if Tamio didn't lock me out there. I can't believe that. Alright, let's play one more because I don't like to end on a loss. Just kind of makes you feel bad, you know? This hand is not great. We can excel straight into Elspeth Conquers Death if we draw something. Against aggressive decks, Grazer might be alright. Yeah, catch you later, bro. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna keep, because whatever. We're gonna draw the nuts. X-ray vision. What's up, dude? Yeah, thanks, buddy. What's going on? Well, these ECDs are looking just fabulous. Ugin sucks, can't ever cast it. Yeah. Huh. So far, I've only cast Ugin once. Yep. Well, I guess we're blocking. Yeah, play a 3-drop so I can bring these online. Not that they're going to return anything for me. Oh, nice. Just looking for some card advantage now. So far, our opponent hasn't played anything but little guys. Well, that was a good draw. That's something I can bring back. So if they're just playing low CMC cards like this, why wouldn't they have Luris as a companion? I'm wondering, maybe Luris is main decked. Mono black, they could be playing, well, pretty much anything really. This will draw at least a card. Gets us a second blue, so we can cast an Earl if it ever comes up. Nightmare Shepherd. That is something I can exile. Well, we're not blocking that. We'll block that because we can return it. If he exiles it, it's going to come back as a 4/4. Oh, 5/5. Whatever. Miscounted. No attacks. Really looking to draw something good here, though. Teferi is super live, that being a token. Green, another color. Okay, so we're going to cultivate first, pull out these lands. We got what's green. We're going to go green and blue. No attack. Another Gray Merchant is really bad. Just didn't draw anything this game. I kept a pretty crappy hand to start though, so that's my fault. Really hoping to hit a sweep here. Okay. For 4. Here's the Phyrexian Obliterator. Oh, Nightmare Shepherd. So now that... Oh, okay, so now he has a sack outlet, so next turn he's going to sack the Gray Merchant and kill me for lethal, so I have to be able to deal with the Shepherd or the Merchant or their whole... Oh, man. Sure. Yeah. Not a lot we can do there. I mean, we're not dead, so like... Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a picture of that curled your mustache, eh? 98%. Alright, well, I am going to switch decks because I am tired of this shenanigans. Let's try playing something a little more fun. I go first. Just looking for a sack outlet, and this is awesome. Always lead with the Scorpion. We want to save the cat in case you get the oven. And you don't want the cat to die before the oven hits the battlefield. Okay, Mayhem... Oh. Oh. Mwah. Just like we drew it up. I'm gonna save the claim the firstborn. Soul Warden's fine. Okay, so also fine. I'm gonna play Mayhem Devil, and it's gonna be a turn 3 scoop. So that's why this deck is awesome. Love this deck. It's my favorite. Okay. Pay 2 life. Mayhem Devil. Sacrifice. Soul Warden, you're dead. Little kitty, you're dead. And well, opponent's still going for it. But we're gonna steal their thing, smash them in the face. Yeah, just like that. See, that's so much easier than messing around with decks that you win a couple, lose again, win a couple. Like, if you want to climb rank, just play decks that are degenerate and good. One more match, and then I think it's supper time. Opponent goes first, missing a 1-drop, but 2 Mayhem Devils with Fabled Passage, having a Priest. This is probably a keep. Okay, with Forest, probably, okay, not real aggro, that's fine. Cat's solid. I'll see if they counter this or if they Growth Spiral. Potentially a Nexus deck. Okay, we're doing a ramp deck. There's an oven. We're gonna have to really go fast. Ugin's gonna come in and just clean house. 4-5. They're gonna be on 6. Okay, there's a Nissa. Nissa's not so bad though.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
No blocks. Maybe another blocker. Okay, there's a Grazer. Okay, there's a Call the Death Dweller. So as long as they don't Ugin Exile, I can ping stuff down with the Devil. Okay, so this is actually really tricky because if I can't get rid of Nissa, Mayhem Devil passages for 2. I can play a familiar. Sacrifice 1, 2, which will shoot for 6. Okay, so I think that's enough. We'll get black. Play a Cauldron Familiar. Target you. Sacrifice. Devil, cat, submit. So trigger. 4, 3, 4. Our opponent good gaming me already, so either they're dead or they're being cocky. Actually, you know what? Let's attack. Keeps him off of Ugin. Okay, another Nissa, but that's fine. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Behold nature's true power.
Okay, so they're playing super smart here. If Ugin comes down to exile things, what do we want? I'm going to play a Reaper out so I can draw some cards.
Not assume I am fragile.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. They could Ulamog us too this turn, so, you know, that's not great.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Okay, so there's the Ugin. Okay, Devil's a decent draw there. If I can draw another land, we might still be in this. No blocks. Okay, our opponent sitting at a healthy life total. That's a good draw as well, so I can steal the land. Okay, so we can kill Ugin. Steal their land. That's fine. Ugin dead. Sack a land.
Do not test me.
Opponent probably has another one, the way they're being cocky like that.
Be wary of the ground you walk.
7, 8, 9. Just Ulamog. Well, if they have Ulamog, I mean, what do you do? Our opponent just had the nuts. Well, Hydra Crassus is super fine. Do not care. Okay, what's in the yard? What are we gonna do here? No point in playing out Luris. Get another Devil out. Sacrifice Kitty. Play the kitty. Okay, so what do we want to do here? 6 goes to 5. 4, 3. I still can't kill it, so I'm just gonna... Oh, I could have killed it. No, I screwed up. Oh, I still can. Oh, thank goodness. Our opponent very talkative over here. All right. Good game, opponent. Yes. Still a 99%. That's okay. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. See you next time. Peace.